So in this segment, we're going to be talking about the British efforts to build a rival to the EU's Galileo, essentially being shelved, which means that they're scrapped. So the UK, for all the bravado we have, couldn't even replicate the EU's satellite program, which I'm not going to pretend I know that I believe that to be easy, but I'm pretty sure India have satellites. Well, they might not be the same. They might be for TV, to be fair. That light is really in my eye, so we can scroll down a bit. But it's quite embarrassing. I think we could have kept access to Galileo if we paid, but then again, I'm pretty sure that's one of the concessions Theresa May couldn't get out of the EU. Well, not a concession, an agreement. She couldn't get that out of the EU regarding Galileo, and that's just like, we got Galileo at home, pal. We don't need yours, and we don't have Galileo at home, unfortunately. So, post-Brexit plans to launch a British rival to the GPS system have failed to take off. Great pun. Despite ministers spending tens of millions of pounds developing proposals for a sovereign satellite navigation system. So, you're talking a lot of money. A lot of taxpayer money being wasted, essentially trying to come up with a rival to a programme which we didn't need to do. This is another Brexit win, really. The UK Space Agency has removed contractors working on space-based positioning, navigation and timing strategy, and has wound down industry work assessing the possibility of an independent system. So what that is a sneaky way of saying essentially it's shelved. We ain't going to do this anymore. Space industry sources said program pledged by Johnson as a priority in his first day as Prime Minister was expected to move a de minimis, I hate when he uses words like this, de minimis, position where it is not formally scrapped but work slows to a halt. The other issue was that the UK actually bought the wrong kind of satellites, hoping they could, I think the phrase they used was vertical integration, where they could get the wrong satellites and use that company to build the right satellites. It was OneWeb. I remember that story, OneWeb. It was Dominic Cummings that made that move, I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. OneWeb. But yeah, they were a failing company the UK bought. They didn't do bits, basically. Another waste of taxpayers' money. This would be a further blow to a project first ordered by Theresa May that outlined plans for Britain to build a global satellite navigation system. It was Theresa May, thought so. After Britain was kicked out of the EU's Galileo system itself, created to challenge the dominance of US-controlled GPS, and then we tried to rival EU controlled GPS, and now look at us. We ain't got it. More than 60 million has been spent on the UK's project to date. I thought it would have been a lot higher. But ministers have wavered over committing to build a full system to at an estimated cost of £5 billion. Jesus Christ. £5 billion to build a rival satellite. That doesn't even take into account maintenance or anything like that. Also, the fact that any time we build anything in this country, it's way more expensive than they actually project it to be. So it probably will be closer to 10 billion even. And it's just, we couldn't even do this right. We couldn't build a satellite GPS system. I'm not saying it's easy, but you've got to think with all the expertise and all the universities we have in the UK, we couldn't do it. And the EU's had it for a while now. They've had the Galileo system for a while. And we couldn't replicate it. Couldn't even steal their homework. Last year, the government reset the project, pledging to find innovative and cheaper ways to deliver a system. Yeah, that's great, mate. Let's do a GPS system on a budget. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to end well. And it said it would publish a strategy in March. Oh, we'll see in March. We'll see in March if anything comes out then. The strategy is yet to be published and is understood. Well, it's not March yet, is it? Unless you're talking about last March. Because if it was last March, then that's pretty scary. The strategy is yet to be published and it's understood that alternative proposals still amount to billions of pounds. Essentially, this is not feasible. They couldn't do it. And the thing is, if they could do it, they would, regardless of cost, because the amount of patriotism points they could use, it would be unreal. Us having our own GPS system, our own space launch, essentially. Imagine how much the Gammons would love that. But then again, some of them would be against it because 5G or something. The government said there were no plans to end work on space-based position, navigation and timing, saying securing resilient services for the UK's critical national infrastructure is a key priority. A spokesperson said, well, to be fair, I've never heard a time when Google Maps has gone down, but anyways. Point being is that if it's so important, why are we scrapping this project? It don't make sense. Nick Shave, chairman of Trade Association UK Space, told MPs on the Defence Select Committee last week, we have the capability here to build it. I mean, we clearly don't have the capability to do it, because if we could, we would. We really don't have it. But he said, however, he did not expect the agency to propose a solution soon. I don't think we will have an answer. He said, government needs to come to a decision. Well, it sounds like they've come to a decision, which is this is too expensive and we don't have the facilities to do it. When Big Shaq asked the question, Big Man, do you have the facilities for that though? We said, no, because we don't. We can't do it. It's too expensive and apparently we don't have the expertise. That's what I'm seeing here. The unpublished strategy is understood to have outlined the need for a UK system to act as a backup to GPS, which is run by US government. A government commissioned study in 2017 found disruption to the GPS could cost the economy $1 billion a day. It's going to cost $5 billion, potentially 10 to build overall. So we would be, doing okay if something happened to the American GPS network. Maybe they could hold us ransom over it. But the thing is, if it costs us $1 billion a day, if the American GPS fails, could you imagine how badly it would hit the American economy? I can't see them doing anything stupid with it. But the point being is that we failed to do what Brexit was about, which was, getting out of EU projects and doing it better ourselves. And apparently we couldn't even build the Galileo satellite. We could have called it something like the Stephen Hawking satellite. But we didn't. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Support on Patreon if you can. Let me know if you have second-hand embarrassment reading this story, because I felt really embarrassed. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next one.